Please be seated.
I have not yet.
Yeah, please.
I need to burden you with one more microphone.
Brand new?
Burden you.
Oh, okay.
It's for the live stream. Yeah. Just need this hooked, you know.
This may be needed.
Yeah, I probably need to do both, unfortunately. But this will stay out of your way too. Just clip this one close to that one. Should be fine.
Yeah, here. Down here?
Oh, just somewhere where it can, you know, have access to your mouth.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Maybe this will do. The sound system. It's not opened. Yeah. Can I have one copy? Thank you. Just. Okay, meanwhile, we just take a deep breath first. Inhale fully. And exhale. Please do one more. Inhale fully. And exhale all our stress. And inhale fully. And exhale. And we will just do a short meditation. First, you see, reflect on this. Past is past. No? Just a second ago, all just past. Not here now. Everything's just gone. Like a dream. So release that. Let go. And the future is not yet come here. Just future. Future is always future. And present we call present. That present moment is so momentary. It doesn't stay. So, in a very precise way, past is just past. Future is not yet here. And this present moment is so momentary. And in between, then it's like this space. So that's reality, see, not as some kind of a Buddhist way, but it is reality as it is. So within this, we just calm the mind, relax our mind, just lose all our tension physically, mentally, and just abide there in a manner of such a relax, without any contrive. That is called as it is. So we do a short meditation on this. Thank you. Now, as we have done this meditation, now you can see when we let go of the past, there's nothing to attach to, and there's nothing to hate or resent. So that makes our mind more free. And the future is not yet come here, so also not without expectation for the future. And that makes our mind more freedom. And this moment, submission, just passing through every second. Nobody can stop that. No matter how much we try to hold on it, grasping on it, but that itself is just momentary. Having said that, this momentary itself, if we go through more, fine, then that itself is not exist by nature. So that's what's called interdependent. So the nature of the interdependent itself is the emptiness. That emptiness itself is within interdependent. So there's no separation. See? So this is how we have to achieve our freedom. So there, when you can reflect on this, there's a glimpse of nirvana. When we're entangled, past, present, now, and that entanglement, it's called samsara. So see, within that samsara, the nirvana is there. You see, when we have enough kind of wisdom to handle that, and that's the reality. So just get that kind of a glimpse of this. And then today I know we'll do Vajrasattva practice. It's a purification. So of course all the practices are related to the purification. When you take refuge, when you cultivate bodhicitta, and then any deity yoga practices you are involved. It's all a design for the purification. So, but within that, the Vajrasattva is a purification practice. So that kind of we have the impression. See, relation to this, purification. So we have it's called obscurations, defilements. And everyone has it in the samsara. Whether you realize or don't realize, whether you agree or not agree, it's just there, there's a karmic obscurations, relation to karma. There are a lot of different things happening in the individual's life, in the community, in the world, As you know, there's called individual karma, collective karma. They are just there. So we need to first acknowledge this. What are the cause of suffering? Then, who makes that kind of obscuration, or who makes that kind of karma or obscuration? It's mental obscuration. Like for instance, the rock has no karma. You know, the rock is not going through suffering. You know, you know? Whether it's a summer or winter, it's a rock. It's a rock. You know, but we individuals go through different, you know, kind of say life. So go through this, as we know about the impermanence. Impermanence is changing, as I mentioned, every second. It's going through, it's changing through according to the cause that we have created. See, all things are changing. So it is instantly changing. And that instantly changing itself is changing according to the cause that we have created. Just look at the mind. When we have a sense of some peace, compassion, forgiving, that mind has a peace. It's the cause. Because of that cause, the next second, next moment, there's a peace. It's very clear, you know. When the mind is involved with some negative kind of thoughts, like anger or attachment, you see, then there we have some, you know, not good feeling, some kind of trapped. You know. So that kind of uncomfortable feeling of that itself is dependent on the cause that we have created. So the causality is very important. It is important because our life is within, it functions within the causality. Karma is not something we just created or somebody created way back somewhere, like last life or somewhere, you know. But as a matter of fact, it is every moment we are kind of maintaining, functioning within in the dimension of the causality that we have created. See. So purification comes to that as we first, like say, different types of negative karma action, physically, mentally, we created that need to be purified. Once Milarepa said, if you have created negative karma, what we should do? He said we should acknowledge it and purify it. That's our choice. We have that kind of choice. Because nobody desire for suffering. We keep complaining about the suffering, you know. There's a mental suffering we are complaining, physical suffering that we are complaining, you know. When we complain about the uncomfortable feeling, the suffering, that shows we don't want suffering. Since we don't want suffering, complaining itself is not a solution. So what's the solution? We look at the cause to see what we can do. No. Usually there's a saying, as we say prayer, may peace, may the world be good as a peaceful world, you know, free from all these problems. That we're praying that, but we're not praying to the cause of the peace, you know. May everybody, you know, have all peace and happiness. So now, what's the cause of that? We have to pray that, you know. We have to pray to the cause, to the cause the result that what we desire for. And we have to pray the cause to eliminate that the result that we don't desire for. Make sense? So these are some very important points. We have to have that kind of wisdom. We have a high expectation what we want, what we desire for, without looking at the cause, So here, when we do this, this is something universal, Yes. So when we do these practices, when we do this, look at the cause. We purify. Like 10 non-virtues, for example. 10 non-virtues are universal. Anywhere we go, nobody appreciates any of the 10 non-virtues. Even they don't believe anything. If somebody is stealing, they don't appreciate. Or telling lie. Just look at those things. So we purify those. They are not just Buddhist belief, or they are not just a Buddhism, but they are the reality nature of the universe. Anywhere you go, all over the world, if somebody is practicing the 10 virtue or living life and the 10 virtue, people will praise that. People will trust that individual. So there's a peace, see. When there's a peace, there's happiness. It's very clear. Look at this. Then look at inside the mind, now our mind. When the mind is involved with the delusions, anger, resentment, greed, attachment, so forth, there's a suffering in the mind. And this is very important. We pay attention. All over the world, just look at, say, they try to make a solution outside. Where they're making mess, where they're making mess, and then complain, and try to make solution outside. And then doesn't work. See? It makes more suffering. In the first, there are not so many laws, you see. Now every year there's some new laws because of the problem. To get rid of the problem, there's new law. When there's more new laws, there's more tense, more tension. There's some laws have become impractical. This need to be changed, So like that. So we just need this inside the mind, how to keep our mind. Even in the Buddha's teaching, first, like for 12 years, when Buddha enlightened, when Buddha was enlightened, after enlightenment, he started giving teachings. For 12 years, there was nothing special called vow or samayas. After 12 years, then in the community, some problems manifested. Then from there, Buddha said, should not do this, should not do this now. The monks and nuns are not allowed to do this, do this. This is all, as the Buddha made, as a guidance. Not as something like, if say somebody who becomes the monks and nuns has to have this. And somebody who is not monks and nuns is allowed. It's not such thing there. In the community, due to the experience, when it makes the cause of suffering, so Buddha said, don't do this, don't do that, don't do that. Then all the rules, the monastic, it's called monastic rules, all this happened because of that. Buddha did not make right from the beginning. So this all are as a guide. So we individually need our own kind of do things right. That's called moral ethics, the morality. But that morality has to be done within in the sense of the wisdom and compassion. Some moralities are, some rules are done, so not much purpose, but should have that kind of wisdom, special insight, knowing the causality of the universe. What brings the suffering? So they become the cause of the suffering, so don't do this. That's why Buddha taught the first Four Noble Truths. Said, understand the cause of. First the Buddha said, the suffering. And then, as you know, there are many layers of the suffering, not just one, or not just one suffering, which what we know, physical and mental pain. But there are many levels of the suffering. So the Buddha said, you should know the suffering. Once you know the suffering, then avoid the cause of suffering. See? And that's not from Buddhist point of view, it's from the point of view of the universal. So when we know these things, then our Dharma practice will make sense. And we will feel very comfortable. See, this is one very important point. Then you will feel, I'm very fortunate. So that's why Buddha taught the Dharma teachings over 2,500, 600 years ago, and that the Buddha's teachings are still so relevant, so fresh. You see, you can see how much things changed during these 2,600 years. Culture, lifestyle, belief systems, how many things change. Especially now these days changing so fast. Internet, so just every day something new, changing. But the cause of suffering is still cause of suffering, never changes, The cause of peace and happiness still cause of peace and happiness. So look at this. Then you say you feel so Buddha's wisdoms, you feel amazing. And then we can appreciate. Then you follow the path. Follow the path with conviction. So, even you can do 1%, 5%, from the practice, still, so I'm good. Just aware to aware these teachings are so precious. Reflect on this. It's not something like a culturally believed or ceremony, Sometimes there's a very wonderful ceremonies, very what you call, very elegant, ceremonies. You can enjoy all those things. Buddhist has a lot of ceremonies, but really the practice is, just understand that and follow, Yeah. Then, what time we have? 10:35. Oh, very good. We are doing good. Okay. Then we do this opening prayer. First, see now. We do in English. Somebody here who leads the chanting? Yeah. Those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation in all knowingness. May they experience happiness, may be separated from suffering, and swiftly will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. All mother sentient beings, essentially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, those who create obstacles on my path to liberation in all knowingness. May they experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, precious Buddhahood. Sentient beings, especially those enemies who hate me, obstructors who harm me, and those who create obstacles on my path to liberation in all knowingness, may experience happiness, be separated from suffering, and swiftly will establish them in the state of unsurpassed, perfect, complete, and precious Buddhahood. Thus, until I achieve enlightenment, I perform virtuous deed with the body, speech, and mind. And until that, I perform virtuous deed with the body, speech, and mind. From now until this time, tomorrow, I perform virtuous deed with the body, speech, mind. Okay, here, first see, just 1 second. Here, we're cultivating such an altruistic mind, just as you see, all matter sentient beings, particularly the enemy, the obstructors who harm me, enemies who hate me, and those who create obstacles in my meditation. So may all this have, may all have happiness, free from suffering. Who are angry are the ones suffering. They are not suffering, You see. So for our own benefit, may they have all the peace and happiness. May they free from suffering. And that moment, there's great peace within us. So this mind training, we train the mind that way. And we purify. This is such a great purification as well. Purify our mind, purify our anger, hatred, resentment this way. Then next day, you said, thus is said, thus, until I achieve enlightenment, see, I perform virtuous deed with body, speech, mind, you know. So this mind, now we train our, see, this also is a very important point. In the world, everybody strive to free from suffering. Everybody strive to achieve peace and happiness. But mostly today, this year, and this life, not so much other than that. Here say, until I achieve enlightenment. See? Because, you know, as today I need peace and happiness, as today I want to free from suffering, likewise tomorrow, this life, next life. So our goal is to free, to, you know, completely from all the cause of suffering. And create a cause, not just for today, but to achieve the ultimate enlightenment. See, it makes sense? Look at this, you know, point this. These are some important points. Why we're practicing Dharma? It's a wide arrangement, you know, for sometimes in the business, you know, there are people that, these business people that talk about we have to have a precision thinking, you know. You know, something like we have to have such great kind of arrangement to make the business kind of successful, stable, you know, all this. There's so much structures are made. So here in the Buddhist tradition, same, this kind of like a business, but to achieve the complete, successful, you know, business, you know, for enlightenment, Buddhahood. So see this, how much wisdom is there, how much compassion is there. So it gives us an opportunity, you know, to maximize our ability, well, how much we can do. We're not limiting ourselves. Rather, you know, say maximizing, because our mind is such a profound, the mind is such a vast, that's mind itself. So to maximize the vastness of the mind, the profundity nature of the mind, so the prayers, they're designed here as a special practice, you know, to connect to that kind of reality nature. So we should see this. So there's all the great teachings are put into simple in a prayer form. It's not just a prayer, it's such a way of our mind training, our practice. Okay. So the next short refuge prayer, we do this. The Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached. By the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. In the Buddha, the Dharma, and the Sangha, most excellent, I take refuge until enlightenment is reached by the merit of generosity and other good deeds. May I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. Okay, now here you see it's a taking refuge. Means establishing the goal. I take refuge in the Buddha. Means not just a statue of the Buddha, not just a picture of the Buddha, but Buddha's enlightenment quality, the complete perfection of the wisdom and compassion. It's the complete a state free from all the suffering, and complete achievement of the perfection of all the cause of the peace and happiness. That's the Buddha. We can say it's a view. Establishing the view. Then Dharma, how to become Buddha. Then we study, practice the Dharma that Buddha taught. Like 10 virtues, avoiding the 10 non-virtues, And then from there, say, loving kindness, compassion, bodhicitta, so forth. It's all the path. In the path, there's two truths. The truth of the cessation and the truth of the path, So those. So I take refuge in the Dharma. So by studying, practicing Dharma, then one individual becomes a Sangha, a practitioner, following into the path. See, we try to keep our conduct as pure as possible. Follow the path. So that we do not just only for ourselves. So here said, by the merit of generosity and other good deeds, may I attain Buddhahood for the sake of all sentient beings. As I desire for peace and happiness, as I desire to free from suffering, every individual in the world have the same feeling, whether educated or uneducated. Even small insects. Because in the mind, everyone, in the innate of the mind, is just there. Just naturally desire to free from suffering. Desire to have peace and happiness is universal. Nothing to do with any religion, any culture. All is universal. And that will never change. No matter what your mental state is, will never change. So one day, it's okay, suffering comes, One day, so will never come, so I don't need peace and happiness. You see? That's the reality nature. So what that shows is the seed of the enlightenment, the basic goodness is permeated. It's very pervasive nature. Naturally is pervaded. That shows everyone has the potential to free from the suffering. Everyone has the potential to kind of experience peace and happiness when we work on the cause. So that's we see. That's why we take refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha and cultivate bodhicitta. So all this, we should. So that when, as I mentioned, when Buddha became a Siddhartha, when Siddhartha became Buddha, so I achieved now so Buddhahood. Means fully awakened. The mind is fully awakened. So awakened means from the mind is free from all the confusion, from the delusion. The delusion that surrounds the mind are fully purified. So from that state, Buddha taught Dharma teaching, as I mentioned, not as a Buddhism, not something like Buddha found, rather something that universally how everything functions. Taught that. So from there, if we study, practice, we will feel so comfortable. So this is not just like the Western belief, or this is an Asian's belief, This is just reality nature. No, I just need to pursue it. There's no alternative, You just make that, understand that, Okay, then next, the four immeasurable prayer. Sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. May all mother sentient beings, boundless the sky, have happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they be liberated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. All suffering beings, describe happiness and the causes of happiness. May they be liberated from suffering and the causes of suffering. May they never be separated from the happiness which is free from sorrow. May they rest in equanimity, free from attachment and aversion. Thank you. Now, as you know, this class, the four immeasurables. And this also said, everyone has, even smallest insect, some limited love and compassion. When the small insect gives the birth and shares such great love, compassion of heart, that what she gave birth is just there in the innate of the mind. It's the reflection of the basic goodness we call Buddha nature. So Buddha is giving us instruction. From there you expand. So we have the capital. Even ruthless person, he has limited love and compassion to his family. You see, that's the capital. From there, then you expand. As I mentioned, this is how to maximize the positive mental quality. step by step. Because look at the estimation, ruthless person, he has a love and compassion to his family or his relative or some individual. Because he feels that person need some happiness, need to free from suffering. So that's an example. From there, then expand. Everyone in the world kind of need that kind of peace and happiness and desire to free from suffering. Look at this. So in the Buddhist, you say, using as your mother, because in our life, the mother is one who takes care of us most, so that mostly, Otherwise, anybody individually whom you take care, from there start, from then, and then multiply, cultivate to all sentient beings. When we practice this, at the end of the day, you see there's great peace within our own mind. See? That's what we are looking for. Yes, we know there are some individuals who are very destructive. So they are not complaining what we should do with those individuals. No, we cannot control all these individuals. Even Buddha enlightened. So Buddha was teaching this, practicing this, but those who are not interested, then it's their choice, But for our own benefit, we need this. So these are these teachings are such precious. It makes sense, and we can practice this. Of course, there are many high teachings, highest Vajrayana teachings. There are so many, as you know. Sometimes they are difficult to comprehend, they are so complex, but these are so simple, very easy to understand and easy to practice. This kind of practice you can do anywhere, in your office, on the street, at the airport, at the train station, bus station. You can, in the supermarket, you can practice this anywhere. And you feel light. And there is this great possibility, you can then smile to others, You see. Otherwise, sometimes you do such a highest yoga, tantra, deity yoga, deity yoga, and your mind is not rested, So what's so much benefit is there, So here, practice those. Purify your mind. So this is the best, wonderful way to purification. So the four immeasurable, the loving kindness to all sentient beings, compassion to all, rejoice all the peace and happiness that everyone has it. And everyone is equal. Everyone is equal, desire for peace and happiness, desire to free from suffering. Such equanimity. So like just maintain those, meditate those. So these are, at the beginning, as an opening prayer. Basically, now we start with this. First is very important, how you start. Then all the practices just to method to accomplish these prayers that we have said. See. Then at the end, do the dedication. With the same. Okay. So these are some beginning. Just, I'm sure you all know this about, but just reflecting, refreshing. You see, you always need to refresh. Not something how much you know, no, but what you know about the refresh. Reflect on. Okay. Now shall we start Vajrasattva? Okay. I think we should say, visualizing where it is. Visualization, sadhana. Yeah, I'm sure. Is there any new? Choose. If you read this together, it makes sense, everybody? Isn't it? Yeah. So time is, then we have to chant some mantras, what I said is okay? Okay, yeah, okay. I need your feedback. If you don't agree, then it's useless, Then today is just starting. Then after that you can study more, if you're not clear, or today is just so confusing, I couldn't understand anything, about this. But don't give up that way. You just start today, then continue, What about this? Ask questions, While I'm here, you can ask questions. And you can ask your Dhamma brothers, sisters, who knows, this. So it's very good, Yeah. That's what our Sangha community makes, important. Okay. Then we say this together. Okay. First is said visualization. Yeah, page 111. We read slowly together. Okay. Above the crown of my head is a white lotus with a moon disk. On the moon disk is the white syllable Hum, which transformed into Vajra, marked by Hum in its center. Light radiates from this Hum, purifying the obscurations of 6 types of beings, making offerings to the conquerors. The light returns and dissolves into the 6th syllable. The Vajra with the Hum then transformed into Vajrasattva, with my root Lama. Vajrasattva is white in color, holds a Vajra and bell. He sits gracefully in the half-lotus posture. He wears jewel ornaments and his garment are perfectly complete. Light radiates from the heart and invites the wisdom beings together with the 5 empowerment Buddhas. Vajrasattva and wisdom beings become inseparable through the reciting Da, Hom, Bam, Ho. So this means above our crown of our head. There's just above in the space on our head. There's a lotus seat. On the lotus, there's a moon disk, horizontal moon. On that, just visualize the Vajrasattva. Vajrasattva is white color. We don't, here is, I think there's a, we don't have the picture here. Do we have? Oh, here. Yes, here's the Vajrasattva's picture, you see. So this will give you some idea. So Vajrasattva, it's important, not just substantial body, rather insubstantial, like a rainbow. Very precise, clear, and white color like the snow, mountain, insubstantial, nature of the wisdom. And from Vajrasattva's heart, light radiate to all the 10 directions. And then all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, invite, dissolve into Vajrasattva, and becomes the inseparable of the samaya and wisdom being. So it's not just our visualization, it's not just our imagination. We meditate. All the Buddhas are now here in the nature. All the Buddhas are in this Vajrasattva, above on my crown of head. So that's what first, easy way to meditate. Here's a home Vajra, home Selapa, back and forth, So just make it simple, that. So this Vajrasattva on the crown of my head, on the moon disk, which is on the lotus, is the embodiment of all the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Meditate that. Then said, here we say empowerment. We can chant this together. The empowerment deities are requested to perform the empowerment ceremony. Om Sarva Tata Gata Abhikansato Mam. Then the Buddhas above the Vajrasattva, the 5 Buddhas, the 5 family Buddha Akhyobhya, Buddha Beruzana, first Akhyobhya, and then Ranasambhava, Amitabha, Amoghasiddhi, then this Buddha, the Ranasambhava and the Buddha Akhyobhya first, then Buddha Beruzana, these 5 Buddhas, empowered on the Vajrasattva's head. Nectar, flow on the Vajrasattva's head, purifies that Vajrasattva on the crown of our head. And then here said, after this, they reply, these 5 Buddha replies, Om Sarva Tata Gata Abhishekata Samaya Shri Hum, and bestows empowerment. By water from a vase, Vajrasattva's body is filled. The flowing water transformed into the Lord of the 5 families, adorning Vajrasattva's head. The empowerment deities dissolve into Vajrasattva. So then all those 5 Buddhas dissolve into Vajrasattva. So at that time we meditate. Now Vajrasattva on the crown of our head is fully purified, perfectly purified. Embodiment of all the Buddhas. So to this Vajrasattva, then we make this offering, see. Om Vajrasattva Saparivar Arkam Padyam Pushpam Dupam Alok Gandhe Nivede Shabda Pardesa Swaha. So today we don't have enough time to explain this, but there's a book called Diamond Rosary. There's a book. In that book, all the commentaries are there. Then we praise to Vajrasattva. Praise means express the quality of the Vajrasattva. The Vajrasattva, Mahasattva, the great courageous mind. Vajram, embodiment of all the Tathagatas. Samanda Bhadra, emerging Vajra. I foster to you, holder of the Vajra. So here Vajra is not just a Vajra, as you know, the holding Vajra. Here Vajra means indestructible wisdom. So Vajrasattva is the nature of all this wisdom that cannot be destroyed by our mental delusion, basically this man. Instead, that Vajra mind means the wisdom mind can destroy or purify all delusions without exception. So build that kind of confidence in our mind. So it's a primordial Vajra, see, primordially unafflicted mind, no afflictions. Like the space here, you look at the space. When there's no cloud, they're totally pure, pristine, clear. So that space cannot be affected by any types of cloud or dust. No matter how much dust in the space, but that dust cannot affect that pure sky. Likewise, even though in our mind we have a lot of mental afflictions, but all the afflictions we can purify, step by step. We need we need courage, confidence. Sometimes these mental afflictions, no matter how you try, still they're coming back, coming back. This is because of habit. We are so habituated in these mental afflictions. Difficult to get rid of. Just for example, people who are used to smoke, in their life, they are introduced to smoke. And then some years they have been smoking. And they are so habituated. Then other people giving advice, their parents, their brothers, their sisters. So this is not good for you, not good for your health. This will make you this. And that person understands, yeah, it makes sense, but I cannot give up, because you were so habituated, So it's painful to give up that. Even just this life, for a few years, the habit is how strong, you see, to give up. We know it's damaging your health. No, it's not good for your money as well. You can have a delicious lunch, instead of smoking. But the habit is so difficult. So likewise, we are so habituated the cause of the suffering, the mental afflictions, through many lifetimes, But they can purify because their nature is impermanent. Their nature is delusion. And their nature is illusion. They're not established, primordially. So it's just habit. So like that, there's a Vajra with the meanings with primordial Vajra, like these things, So it shows that we need courage. With the support of Vajrasattva, we practice. But then also we should have such clear understanding. We should not expect Vajrasattva will do for us. We have that kind of now also a wrong kind of understanding. Now, if you practice Vajrasattva, Vajrasattva will take care of you everything, you know. No, that's that's something like believing the Creator, you know. But we use Vajrasattva as an example, and then with the support of Vajrasattva, we need to practice. It totally depends on our effort. It's also very important. Okay. Then next page 113. Now, when we chant the mantra, then what to visualize? Then we say this prayer. Those heart level is Vajra on the mountains. At the center of the Vajra is a Hung level surrounded by the 100 syllable mantra. The radiating light from the rotating mantra completely purifies all the obscurations of being, and they become fully established in the Vajra state. The light rays return and dissolve into the mantra, C syllable. The stream of nectar produced from this through the sattva. It enters the crown of my head. All accumulated negative actions, obscurations, false, perverseness, light. A stream of stainless ambrosia fills up my body and becomes pure as crystal. Okay, so during the mantra recitation from Vajrasattva's heart, mantra rotates clockwise inside the heart's level of Vajrasattva. Light permeates to all the realms of the six realms, purify every sentient beings, their obscuration and suffering. And we meditate, they are fully purified, become Vajrasattva. That is the practice of the bodhicitta, so we said the prayer, may all sentient beings free from suffering. So it's in the Vajrayana, so skillfully designed how we can practice the bodhicitta. This is the way how to purify. And then after that, when sentient beings are purified, then the nectar from Vajrasattva flow into our crown of the head and purify all our negative karma, mental affliction especially. These are fully purified. And we meditate our whole system, body, like crystal clear. It's called the unafflicted ambrosia, Vajrasattva flows into us. We transform that nature. Yeah. Okay. Now we'll chant the mantra. First we just do is as a with melody. If anybody is not familiar with this mantra, so if we use as the melody, it's helpful. So I will. We chant together. Okay? We all chant together with the melody. Okay. Om Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva tenopa dedra dedra me bhava Soto kayo me bhava Subhushayo me bhava Anuradho me bhava Sarva siddhe me praya Sarva karama suza me Zedam shriya kuru Ha 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 om Bhagavan Sarva Dadagat Bandrama me munda Bandhi bhav Maha samaya satwa Om Vajrasattva samaya mano balaya Vajrasattva deno pai dejda dejo memba Soto kayo memba wa sopo jayo memba Anurado memba wa sarva sede membranya Sarva karama suzame Sedana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva Dada Gada Bhadra Mame Munza Baranze Bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya mano balaya Vajrasattva deno pai dejda dejo membawa Soto kayo membawa Sopo kayo membawa Anurado membawa Sarva sede me brahmya Sarva karama suzame Sedana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bhadra mame mun Baranze bhav Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya mano balaya Vajrasattva deno pai dejda dejo memba Soto kayo memba wa Subo kayo memba Anurado membawa Sarva sede me braya Sarva karama suzame Sedana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bhadra mame mun Baranze bhav Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya mano balaya Vajrasattva deno pai dejda dejo membawa Soto kayo membawa Subo kayo membawa Anurado membawa Sarva sede me braya Sarva karama suzame Sedana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bhadra mame munza Baranze bhava samaya sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya mano balaya Vajrasattva deno pai dejda dejo membawa Soto kayo membawa Subo kayo membawa Anurado membawa Sarva sede me brahmya Sarva karama suzame Sedana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bhadra mame mun Baranze bhava Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya Manobalaya Vajrasattva denoba Dedan de do membawa Sodo kayo membawa Subu kayo membawa Anurado membawa Sarva sede mebraya Sarva karma suzame Sedana shriya guru Bhagavan Sarva dada gata Bajrama memon Baranzem bhava mahasam asatva Om Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva denobai deda dedo membam Sudo kayo membawa Subu kayo membam Anurado membawa Sarva sede mebraya Sarva karma suzame Sedana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bajrama memon Baranzem bhau Mahasamaya Sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva denoba Dedan dedo membawa Sudo kayo membawa Subu kayo membawa Anurado membawa Sarva sede mebran Sarva karma suzame Sedana shreya guru Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bajrama memon Baranzem bhava mahasama Sattva Om Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva denoba Dedan dedo membawa Sodo kayo membawa Subu kayo membawa Anurado membawa Sarva sede mebramya Sarva karma suzame Sedana shreya guru Bhagavan Sarva dada gata Bajrama memon Baranzem bhava mahasama asatva Om Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva denobai deda dedo membam Sudo kayo membawa Subu kayo membam Anurado membawa Sarva sede mebranya Sarva karma suzame Sedana shreya guru Bhagavan Sarva dada gada Bajrama memon Baranzem bhava samaya sattva Maybe we do a little faster way. Om Vajrasattva samaya manobalaya Vajrasattva denoba Dedan dedo membawa Sudu Shayo Membawa, Zubu Shayo Membawa, Anorado Membawa, Sarva Sete Mepra, Sarva Karma Susa Me, Chetana Shriya Kuru, Ha O Baka, Sarva Dadam Gadam Bandra Mame, Monzam Banzem, Maha Samaya Sattva, Om Bandra Sato Samaya, Manu Balai, Vajrasattva teno ba, Vajrasattva me bawa, Soto shayo me bawa, Sobo shayo me bawa, Anorado me bawa, Sarva sete me pra, Sarva karma susa me, Chetana shriya kuru, ha 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 ha, Sarva Tadam Gadam Bandra Mame Munza Barzemba Ma Samaya Sattva Om Bandra Sato Samaya Manu Balaya Bandra Sato Tenoba Jajna Teto Meba Sudo Kayo Mebawa Subo Shayo Meba Anorado Mebawa Sarva Sete Meprai Sarva karma sutame setam shriya kuru ha ha om bhagav sarva dada gada badra mame mudha barjeva ma samaya sato om badra sato samaya manu palaya badra sato adeno ba jasra deto meba Soto Gayo Mebawa, Sobo Shayo Meba, Anorado Mebawa, Sarva Sete Meprai, Sarva Karma Suza Me, Setana Shriya Kuru, Ha Bhagavan, Sarva Tata, Bandra Mame Manza Banze Bawa, Ma Sama, Sato Om Bandra Sato Samaya Mano Balam Bandra Sato Teno Ba Dishan Deto Meba Sudo Shayo Meba Wa Ano Rado Meba Ano Rado Meba Wa Sarva Sete Mepra Sarva Karma Sutta Me Setana Shriya Kuru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tatanga Bandra Mame Munza Bandem Bhava Masam Sadho Om Bandra Sadho Samaya Mano Balaya Bandra Sadho Deno Ba Desta Deto Meba Sudu Kaya Meba Suvu Kaya Meba Anorado Mebawa Sarva Sede Meprai Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sedan Shriya Kuru Ha Ha Bhagavan Sarva Tata Bandra Mame Munza Banzemba Ma Samaya Sato Om Bandra Sato Samaya Mano Balaya Bandra Sato Teno Ba Tesra Deto Meba Soto Kayo Meba Wa Subo Shayo Meba Anorato Meba Wa Sarva Sete Mepra Sarva Karma Sutta Me Setana Shriya Kuru Ha Bhagavan Sarva Tata Gata Bandra Mame Barzem Bhava Ma Sam Asato Om Bandra Sato Samaya Mano Palai Bandra Sato Teno Ba Desra Deto Meba Soto Shayo Meba Wa Bo Shayo Meba Anorado Meba Wa Sarva Sete Mepra Sarva Karma Sutta Me Sedan Shriya Kuru Om Bhagavan Sarva Tata Bandra Mame Munza Barze Bhava Masam Sato
Om Vajrasattva samaya manu parami Vajrasattva denu bhajista jatome Soto kayo meba wa subo kayo meba Anorado meba wa sarva sete mebra Sarva karma sutta me vedranjiya Om Bhagavan Sarva Mundramame Mundramame Ma samaya sadome Om Vajrasattva samaya manu parami Vajrasattva deno bhajista jatome Soto kayo meba wa subo kayo meba Anorado meba wa sarva sete mebra Sarva karma sutta me setana shreya guru Ha ha bhagavan sarva tata Bandra mame monza banjemba Ma samaya sato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva deno bhajista deto membam Soto kayo memba wa subo kayo memba Anorado memba wa sarva sete membra Sarva karma sutta me sedra shreya guru Manasam Asato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palam Vajrasattva deno bhajista deto meba Soto kayo meba wa subo kayo meba Anorado meba wa sarva sete mebra Sarva karma sutta me setana shreya guru Om Bhagavan sarva tata gata Mame monza branje bhava ma samanya sadhu Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva deno bhajista deto meba Soto kayo meba wa subo kayo meba Anorado meba wa sarva sete mebra Sarva karma sutta me setana shreya guru Om Bhagavan sarva tata gata bhadra Munza manjam bhava ma samaya sato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palamya Vajrasattva deno bhajista deto meba Soto kayo meba wa subo kayo meba Anorado meba wa sarva sete mebra Sarva karma sutta me setana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan sarva tata gata Vajra mame monza barjemba Ma samaya sato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva deno bhajista deto meba Soto kayo meba wa subo kayo meba Anorado meba wa sarva sete mebra Sarva karma sutta me setana shreya guru Ha Bhagavan sarva tata gata Vajra mame monza Zembhava ma samaya sadhu Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palam Vajrasattva deno bhajista deto meba Soto kayo memba wa subo kayo memba Anurado memba wa sarva siddhi membra Sarva karma suzame tetan shriya kurun Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama memun Zembhava ma samaya sadhu Om Vajrasattva samaya manu Vajrasattva dino Anurado memba wa sarva siddhi me pran Sarva karma suzame sedana shriya kuru Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama me musa bharadem ma samaya sato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palam Vajrasattva teno bhajanda deto membam Sudu kayo memba wa subu kayo memba Anurado memba wa sarva siddhi membra Sarva karma sudame setan shreya puru Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama me munsa bhadrama ma samaya sadhu Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva teno bhajanda deto membam Soto kayo memba wa subo kayo memba Anurado memba wa sarva siddhi me prai Sarva karma sudame setan shriya kuru Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama me munsa bharadeva Ma samaya sato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva teno bhajanda deto membam Soto kayo memba wa subo kayo membam Anurado memba wa sarva siddhi membram Sarva karma sudame tetan shriya kuru Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama me Bhava ma samaya sadhu Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva teno bhajanda deto Soto kayo memba Anurado memba Siddhim Sarva karma sudame Tetan shriya kuru Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama me Zembhava ma samaya sato Om Vajrasattva samaya manu palaya Vajrasattva teno bhajanda deto membam Soto kayo memba wa subo kayo memba Anurado memba wa sarva siddhi membra Sarva karma suzame setana shreya kuru Ha 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 bhagavan Sarva dadangata bhadrama me munsa bharadeva Ma samaya sadhu
Now we have here dissolution. So this is, as mentioned, we purify all sentient beings and purify ourselves. Now here we fully have to meditate, fully purified the obscurations of the karma, obscurations of the mind, all known. And because we now, the coming here, dissolution, we become Vajrasattva. At that time, first we say here, protector, as I and all sentient beings deluded by our ignorance have broken the vows, please protect us. Supreme Vajra Holder, Lord of sentient beings, please grant us refuge. This is the call. First we need 4 powers, purification. First the power is called power of the remorse. All the negative actions, mental negative thoughts are nothing but only cause of suffering. So they are useless, no benefit. So without my wisdom, understanding, I have indulged, I involved creating these obscurations. So I purify them without exception. So through the reciting mantra, so forth. And then next is the power of antidote, that's purification. Then the third is called the power of the not repeating. Now I will not repeat these negative habits, the cause of suffering. Need that kind of conviction. Then next is here said, thus Vajrasattva was pleased by our prayers and replies. Your negative actions and obscurations are cleared away. Vajrasattva then dissolved into myself. My obscurations are purified. Then Vajrasattva accept our all these practices. So like say, we should meditate. Vajrasattva is pleased with our understanding and our action of the purification. And Vajrasattva dissolve into us from the crown of our head. Permeate whole our body and mind. We become Vajrasattva. That is it's called the power of reliance, power of refuge. Now we fully take refuge in Vajrasattva. Because of that, we become Vajrasattva. It is inseparable of appearance and emptiness. So there is no kind of a self. All are within in the transcendent wisdom state. All the grasping, fixation, self, that habit we have built through many lifetimes are now here is taken care of, purified. There's no such called self. I mean, it's a self, independent self. In the relative, of course, we have that communication, but that's just for communication. Relative is not absolute. So we meditate in such, just all our obscurations are dissolved into emptiness. All our obscurations are nature of emptiness. So let them dissolve into emptiness. and we meditate there. That's called practice. Okay, first we say together this. Protector, as I and all sentient beings, deluded by our ignorance, have broken the vows, please protect us. Supreme Vajra Holder, Lord of sentient beings, please grant us refuge. Thus Vajrasattva is pleased by our prayers and replies. Your negative actions and obscurations are cleared away. Vajrasattva then dissolve into myself. My obscurations are purified. I then become Vajrasattva, appearance and emptiness inseparable. That's in that state. excuse me. Next page with the short dedication here. By this, may I swiftly accomplish Vajrasattva. To this state, may I come to lead every being, not left behind. And then from this page 13, dedication prayer, dedication composed by Lord Chikdaya Sungun. Glorious, holy, venerable, precious, kind, root in lineage now, divine assemblies of Yidams and assemblies of Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yogins, Yoginis, and Dakins, dwell in the 10th direction. Please hear my prayer. By the power of this vast root of virtue, may I benefit all beings through my body, speech, and mind. May the afflictions of desire, hatred, ignorance, arrogance, and jealousy not arise in my mind. May thoughts of fame, reputation, wealth, honor, and concern for this life not arise for even a moment. May my mind stream be moistened by loving kindness, compassion, and bodhicitta. And through that, may I become a spiritual master with good qualities equal to the infinite of space. May I gain supreme attain of Mahamudra in this very life. May the torment of suffering not arise even at the time of my death. May I not die with the negative thoughts. May I not die confused by wrong view. May I not experience an untimely death. May I die joyfully and happily in the great luminosity of the mind as such, in pervading clarity of Dharma. May I, in any case, gain supreme attainment of Mahamudra at the time of death or in the afterlife. Okay, thank you. Any questions? Yes. Will.
On the four powers, I notice myself, the one where you make resolve, not to repeat it.
Yes, not resolve, yes, resolve, yes.
I find that I can't help but thinking while I'm making that I know that I probably will.
Yes.
And so it's like, it's hard to be wholehearted or feel conviction in what I'm saying because I know myself. But then, since I don't have full conviction, I feel like I'm not really doing it.
Yes.
Kind of a paradox.
It's that you should do it because it's in the Amitabha's long prayer, by Chame. So if we don't have that conviction, then say the purification doesn't work well. So we have a full determination, So even you can say maybe not now, but eventually, you see, eventually I will purify without exception. You see, so you make that you repeat that resolving, So at the end, to become Buddha, we have to, somehow stop doing this, You see, so that kind of say, you just meditate that, So that from there, you build the strength, you see, courage, you see. This is what you say is, yes, I understand. No, we don't have kind of enough courage. I know it will come back in. Yes, please.
In the visualization, it says that Vajrasattva then transforms to the Vajrasattva, who is my root Lama. Vajrasattva, who is my root Lama.
Yeah, Vajrasattva above on your head. So now this is my root Lama. My root Lama is in the form of Vajrasattva. Is in the nature of the Vajrasattva. Yeah. Yeah. That's as a beginning I mentioned, when we take refuge in the Buddha, we're not taking refuge in the statue of Buddha. No, like painting, like this. We're taking Buddha's wisdom, the perfection of the wisdom, compassion, excellent qualities that which Buddha embodies. We're taking refuge in that. So here, same thing. So it's not the the form. No, it's the nature of the enlightened being. So here in this case, Vajrasattva, and then Vajradhara. Or if you practice Tara, yes, Tara, or Chandrasik, any. So those are enlightened beings. So that is my root guru. Yeah. Yes.
In this community, since there's been so much confusion and negativity, it's very much possible that everything fall apart. As a student, doctor, how do you not give up and just feel confident that this is right, this is good.
Yeah.
And practice with
exactly.
confidence.
Yeah. And that is generally it happens everywhere. It's not just here. So as this I was talking about. First of all, we should have full conviction in the Buddha's teaching, how Buddha taught, not as a religion, not as a belief system, rather universal method, how we can achieve the freedom. First, this is very important. And then all these things happening, it's another drama of samsara. A drama of samsara. It's plays. So it's very important we not to kind of say, taken away by these maras. So these are just manifestation of the mara. So just we should have as mentioned, the wisdom, confidence, just follow the path. And whereas as mentioned, root guru is Vajrasattva, as mentioned like Dara. Any practice you do, Vajrayogini, or Vajradhara, so that is your root guru. That's the embodiment of all the wisdom. Embodiment of all your gurus. You may have many gurus. All their nature is in that state. So that's important. And then just we always appreciate I have the Dharma in my life. That's precious. And purify our own negativities. Whatever is coming out, manifesting, look at it. It's just a wave of the ocean. They come and go. Okay, thank you everybody for the participation.